because I am going to share my screen and get us going with what we're doing tonight. I'm excited about this. I want to talk about this because I think that sometimes we have objections. Other people give us their objections, and then we start to use those objections and create objections for ourselves. That's okay, Laurel. You got to be quiet. And I think this is a place where it really holds us back in our business, because when we start to feel someone saying no or questioning us, or maybe not necessarily talking positively about what we do, then it automatically in our heart sometimes makes us start to question, well, what is it that I do? Why am I qualified for this? Should I be reaching out to people? Am I just being that annoying, hey girl, hey? And if you're anything like me, you start to think, well, gosh, is this really who I am? Like, you just start questioning. So I want us to learn about how to deal with objections before we even receive them. Because I think that if we can put that out there, a lot of times people don't have the guts to even tell us what their objections are. They usually ghost us, or they just say no, and they don't really give us a reason. Because objections are us admitting that we have fears, and that we are not necessarily confident enough to try something. It's really important to note that objections are it's a potential objection from a potential client, whether it's an objection, a question, or a straight out no. It's not you, it's their limiting beliefs doing the talking. We all had limiting beliefs before we got started. We all said no at least once before we started. We all had lots of questions before we started. Probably had lots of questions even after we started. And I'm sure several of us gave objections that we currently hear on a daily basis before we said yes. They only exist, those objections only exist if you allow them space to exist. So if we stop them in their tracks before we even receive them, then they don't exist anymore. There's no reason for that. Most of us fear failure and rejection, and our objections are just our way of protecting ourselves against those things. I don't know a single human being who's like, I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to be rejected. Whatever, I'm going to do this thing. I don't know anybody like that. So we need to remember that that's just us putting up a wall. And we need to make sure that we're establishing relationships so that that wall doesn't go up, or if it's already up, that we're able to maybe crack a window in it. So one objection that we get a lot is, I don't have the money. What people are really saying when they say, I don't have the money, is, I'm not sure I want to invest in myself because when I have in the past, it hasn't paid off. Or I have tremendous guilt doing things for me. Or I would much rather spend money going out every Friday and Saturday night and drinking Starbucks every morning, AKA my priorities suck. A lot of people have those kind of priorities. So I wanted to not just tell you what people are really saying and what the objection might be. I wanted to give you an example of what you could literally copy and paste from this slideshow and use as a post on your social media, or as a subject for your story in your social media, and actually share that with people before they even say to you, I don't have the money. For example, I've learned a few things about money over time. One, I'm trying to make sure Skylar was trying to get in. Whoops, sorry. I saw her trying to get in. She was in the waiting room, and I just wanted to let her in real quick. So a sample post. I've learned a few things about money over time. By the way, talking about money makes me feel really icky, so I always try to be a little cheeky with it and a little funny with it because I'm just uncomfortable talking about it. One, when you refuse to track it, you have no clue how you are blowing it. Like, literally, you have no clue how much money you are blowing if you don't pay attention to how much money you are spending. Number two, my priorities are where I spend my money. So if I tell myself my priority is my health and fitness, then I'm probably spending the majority of my free money each month on stuff that's related to that, like a new kayak or my Shakeology or what have you. Number 3, no matter how much I have or don't have, I always figure out how to get what I want. Like, y'all ever think about that? We might say, like, I'm so broke, but when it comes to, like, girls' night on Saturday night at the DPAC, I'm there, even though I'm broke. Or, like, for example, I have a friend who talks about money being tight a lot. But when it's time to go shopping, she is the first one to hit me up to go to the thrift store or wherever she wants to go. So a few years ago, when I started thinking about investing in my health and fitness, I had to check myself because my first instinct was to say, that's too much. I was blowing money on things from Marshalls that hung in my closet with tags for months. I was ordering fast food for dinner, or I was just ordering dinner left and right. I could find money for a concert even when I was broke. And it hit me, I need to put my money where my mouth is and where my heart wants to be. And if I want to be healthy and be happy, then Marshalls, fast food, and concert tickets when I feel like I don't have any money in my bank is not going to do that for me. Another common objection, I don't have the time. What they're really saying, I'm tired. Always #mom life, right? Like we live that. Most of us live that to some degree. Or they're saying Netflix, Facebook, and Candy Crush are too much fun for me to give up because that's where I like to spend my time. Or they're just saying I'm busy, which is like this glorified complaint that we have made so cool to say all the time as a society. But the truth is, yeah, everyone's busy, but everyone finds time for the things they want to find time for. So here's a sample post that I did a couple months ago. It just says, hey mama, are there toys on the floor? Dirty socks laying around? How many water cups can you see in plain view from where you're sitting right now? It's okay. Leave it. It can wait. Do you? Do you, mama, even if only for a few minutes? You don't just deserve it. You need it. You require it. And I would also like to say that as someone who struggled with being exhausted all the time and like never being able to get my butt out of bed in the morning, to being someone who's waking up at 5 a.m. to do my workout, and when I'm sleeping in, I'm like sleeping until 6:30. There's something to say about the energy you produce by actually getting up and moving your body. I am so much less tired no matter how much sleep I got or didn't get when I actually move my body. The longer I lay on my couch and watch Netflix, the more tired I feel. Every day, and no matter what. Objection, I don't do shakes. What they're really saying, I've tried some cheap stuff that I got off the shelves at Walmart and it tasted like crap. Or I like food. Or it's different and I don't do different, so I don't like it. Sample post. I love food. Everything about food. I love shopping for food. I love prepping food. I love cooking food. I love then sharing the food with the ones that I love. I like trying new food. I could go on forever. I really love food, okay? So when someone approached me 6 years ago about some shake that treated my body better than a salad and tasted like chocolate, I had a good laugh. I literally said, sorry, I like to chew my food. 6 years ago, I decided to try this shake just knowing I would hate it and return it and get my money back. Yep, 6 years ago. And here I am today with my shake stash. And I would probably post a picture of me with a big old chocolate mustache right here and holding my shake. And I know we say don't do that very much, but I'm not just saying, look at my shake. I'm being funny and I'm talking about a very relatable story. And that is the God's honest truth. When I signed up, I just knew I was going to hate it because I had never had a shake before other than a milkshake. And I just knew that I was going to drink it, hate it, try to lose the weight, and then send in the empty bag and get my money back. Just in this one post alone, you are sharing so many different solutions to this objection. Number one, I love food too. Nobody's asking you to stop eating food, okay? I think sometimes people think all we do is drink shakes. Heck no. Number two, it tastes really, really good. Number three, there's a money back guarantee. So that alone is going to get some people's interest here. Like if I hate this, there's an opportunity for me to still get my money back, even if I don't like it, even after I've invested the money in myself. So that right there is going to show them that you, oh, someone's unmuted. Just gonna mute them. That right there is going to show them there's all these different reasons why I don't do shakes isn't really a good reason not to try what we're doing. Something else that I've been sharing a lot lately, especially in my stories, is my kids freaking love my Shakeology. Like the other day when I was in the dining room, I was doing something. I think I was actually emailing our superintendent and board members, and Laurel came in and stole my shake and was drinking it. And I just grabbed my phone real quick and started videotaping her. It was completely candid. And I mean, she was like, can I have the rest of it? And I had to tell her to go get a cup so I could pour some in it. I mean, the chick literally came up and stole my shake. And she's 4 and she loves it. And I mean, some kids, you can't get them to eat a carrot, let alone get all the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in a shake. And here she is begging me for it and taking mine. Today, we went to the outlets to do a little bit of back to school shopping. It was just me and the kids. And she asked for a shake for her snack in the car on the way to the outlets. And of course, I obliged. Like, the fact that she didn't want Oreos made me happy. Nothing else has ever worked. This is a common objection. This was actually one of my objections. And this post is actually one that I have saved in my notes of my phone because I use it a lot. What they're really saying, I'm afraid of failing. They could also be saying I'm afraid of committing because I know what I'm committing to. Or they could be saying, I'm kind of afraid of what might happen if I really do this thing. Like, the unknown is scary. We don't want to fail, but sometimes we also don't know how it will feel if we win. And that's scary too. So here's my sample post. I am no different than you. So when you think to yourself, I just can't make it work, or I just don't know how to get it done, know that you aren't alone. I thought that for a really long time, and I tried. Lord knows I tried to make this work on my own. I had every Jillian Michaels DVD Walmart carries. I've had numerous gym memberships. Then life would happen. Truth is, life still happens, but now I've got a support group to help me do it anyway, or at least get back on the bandwagon when I fall off. Yesterday was the first day in about 5 that I didn't cheat on my meal plan. This morning I hit snooze twice before my accountability partner texted me. I worked out with my friends in Nightdale, Staley, and Texas this morning virtually. At some point, I just knew I wasn't my best. I decided it was time to make it work. I made an investment in me, and to be honest, I didn't know how tired, sluggish, and worn out I felt until I started to feel better. I just did it, and the best advice I can give you is this. If what you are doing is not working for you, try something different. If all those other things didn't work, try this one. Maybe it will for you. You don't even know how good it feels to feel good. It feels so good to feel good. Talk about that. Talk about the fact that you failed at Slim Fast, or you failed at Weight Watchers, or whatever it is that you've tried before. Guys, I've been open and honest about the fact that when I was in my early 20s, I would go to the back of the nail salon and purchase these little pills from the Chinese ladies or Korean ladies. I shouldn't say Chinese ladies. The Korean ladies, these little pills that were illegal in America. So I would go to the back of the nail salon and buy them from them. And they were diet pills. God only knows what I was putting in my body. One of my friends ended up hospitalized using those because she got so dehydrated on them. So she had to be hospitalized for that. So be candid about those things. Like, people go through desperate measures to try to lose weight and feel good about themselves. Don't feel like you are too good to share what you've done. Another common objection, I already drink a protein shake. I just got this one recently. What they're really saying, I don't want to try anything new. Or, I don't know much about labels or ingredients, and I can choke this one down, so I'm going to stick with it. AKA, they don't know what they're putting in their body, and some of them don't realize they're actually putting toxic things in their body, thinking they're doing the healthy thing. No. Some of the ingredients in some of these protein shakes that are on the market are the same ingredients that go into cardboard. I am not making that up. If you look up the ingredients for cardboard, the same ingredients are in some of those shakes you find on the shelves of Walmart. So Mindy actually posted this morning. I want to give her credit for this. And I had a different post up and I saw this and I thought it was such a good post that I yanked it off Facebook and used it in our slideshow. It's not a protein shake. It's a nutrition shake. It boosts immunity, increases energy, aids in digestion, and decreases your cravings for junk. Weight loss is not a product of good nutrition. It's whey or pea protein based, not soy. Soy is awful for your body. Check your ingredient labels before choosing what you put into your body. Do your homework. 41 of the 70 ingredients in my shake are defined as superfoods. Superfoods are foods that are loaded with essential nutrients that you can't find in a normal diet, let alone the grocery store. Any questions? She's being like really blunt and like, I don't want to say forceful. I guess I want to say assertive with sharing her information because she knows what she's talking about and she wants people to know I have confidence in this. And I have confidence in it because I know what's in it and I know where it's coming from. And she's also letting them know it's not a protein shake. I still have to correct Ricky when he calls it a protein shake sometimes. I'm like, dude, it's not. Love you, but get it right. Objection. I can't do what you do. Guys, I absolutely hate this objection. When someone says to me, I don't know how you do it. I can't do what you do. I don't have it in me, blah, blah, blah. It almost to me feels like an insult because it makes me feel like I'm not doing a good enough job showing them that I'm not perfect because I don't strive to be perfect. I'm not that type, but I also never want anyone to think I think I'm perfect or never want to portray myself as perfect. Like Lord knows I had a leftover cupcake today after Laurel's party yesterday. I'm not perfect. What they're really saying, I'm comparing the beginning of my journey to the end of yours, and I'm not where you are. Or not even the end, the middle of mine, and I'm not where you are. That's not really fair to them. Yes, he does. He does. Sorry. All right, so here's a sample post that I did not long ago. I don't have a six-pack, and sometimes I grab a handful of Cheez-Its for a snack. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm trying to be a mom who models self-care, control, and healthy habits while living life to the fullest. If that means you find me unqualified to help you reach your goals, that's fine. I can't promise to be something I'm not for you. I can promise to get down in the trenches with you and encourage you and hold you accountable and sympathize as we struggle to be better together. I'm just trying to keep it real. No one expects anybody to be perfect here. Something else that I want to share is Christy had a really great post where she had this quote. I think I took a screenshot of it and I ended up using a different one as the example instead. Nope, but I looked at it. I think I used Mindy's instead. Her post said something about money too, and it was so simple the way she worded it. I mean, she didn't really have to say much, but it definitely got the message across. I'm trying to find it real quick. It was something about, oh, here it is. It's a quote, and it's, if you think the pursuit of good health is expensive and time-consuming, try illness. And then she said, my medication of choice today and every day tastes just like this gorgeous milkshake, keeping my family healthy one smoothie at a time. Would you be open to trying it for 30 days? And this was the picture that she posted with that. And I thought that was so good because how many of us are healthier now? Not because we are exercising, but because we're fueling our body better than we were 6 years ago or however long ago it was you started doing this. That's huge, especially in the world we're living in today. I thought that was a really simple and great way of sharing the fact that you are much healthier when you fuel your body right. And it is much less expensive to fuel it than it is to treat it. We need to make sure we're communicating that. Medication and hospital visits and all those things, they add up real fast. I had someone say to me one time, I just don't want to be obsessed with fitness. Like, I don't want to be thinking about food and fitness 24/7. And when they said that, I was like, do you think I do? Do you think I think about food and fitness 24/7? And they were like, don't you? And I was like, God, no. Who wants to live their life that way? And that's when I realized it's time for me to get real about my struggles and my, especially with nutrition. I struggle with nutrition so much. Y'all know that. Like, be real with those things, because if people think they're expected to be perfect or to focus on those things 24/7, then they don't think they're going to get to live their life. And that's not what we want to do. Those are the objections people have. Now, last thing I want to share that's not objection based. Oh, I've got some things in the chat. Let me check them. Yes, copy and paste whatever post. I'm actually going to share the slideshow so that you guys can copy and paste. That's what I wanted you to be able to do. So the last thing I want to share is Christy, Skylar, Sarah, and I have been talking, and we want to start consistently hosting interest calls. So we are going to start hosting them the first Tuesday of each month. We're not going to do Tuesday of this week. We're going to push it to Wednesday just to give us a few more days to invite. But we are going to do this. We're going to run this invite as like we do a flash sale. I want you guys to get hype. I want you to start talking about what you're doing and invite people to join you on this call tonight or tomorrow morning, whenever you make your next post. But I want you to get so excited about it that you don't have time to stop and think about what should I say, how should I say it, who should I say it to. Just do it. Kind of like we do when we host a flash sale. But the last couple times we've had flash sales, I haven't told you about them until like 48 hours before they're starting, because I find you have FOMO just as much as the client has FOMO. If you have too much time to think about it, then you have too much time to think, oh, I've got plenty of all the time in the world to get this done. No, you don't. In 2 days, we are hosting a call for prospective coaches. So I want you to get hype right now. I want you to, in the comments right here in the chat box, tell me what your goal is. How many people are you going to not invite? How many people are you going to have on this call Wednesday night? Go ahead and put how many people you're going to have with us on the call Wednesday night right there in the chat box right now. For you new coaches, I want you to at least have 2. At least. Like my new coaches, I'm going to encourage them to start. This is how I would approach it if I was a new coach. Hi, Lisa. You will never believe what I just decided to do, but the COVID-19 has caught up with me, and it is time for me to get a handle on things. So I've decided that not only am I going to prioritize my health and fitness, I'm going to try to make a little extra money on the side as well. I want you to do it with me because I don't want to do it alone. I think we'll do it better if we did it together. So will you please come to this call Wednesday night and listen to this and tell me what you think? That right there. When I first started, I went Emerald within a week of joining because I reached out to literally everyone I knew and said, I don't want to fail at this. Come do it with me so we can do it together. Because I need people to do this with me. And that's where we were at. I love these numbers. I see 3, I see 5. I'm putting 5 in. Talk about this on your stories. Talk about this in your posts. Reach out to people that have shown interest in the past. Guys, do not leave anyone off your list, because what you're doing when you do that is you are taking away an opportunity from them. And everyone deserves this opportunity. Look at how it has changed and impacted your life. Don't you dare take that away from someone else. I love you. I hope to see a lot of you on Wednesday night's call. We'll be talking about it a little bit more on the team page. And I want to know how many people that you end up inviting. Have a great week. Love you.